What's happening? Come on in. Let's do this thing because we've got stuff to do. You got plans, right? And let's check in Scott and see what Scott's talking about today. Well, I'm going to talk about why you should shut your darn mouth, okay? I know. It's become really popular lately for people to share every little detail about their lives. Seems to be slowing down maybe a little bit, but it's biting you in the behind. Have you ever done this? Have you ever said, hey, guess what I'm going to do? This is my plan. I've decided this is my new thing. And you tell people you're going to do it because people said commit in public. So you commit in public, make a public pronouncement of what you're going to be doing, and then you forget about it because you're bored and changed your mind like a week later. And then you meet somebody you shouted out about on Facebook. Hey, how's that thing going you were doing? Like, uh-oh. Guess I better go delete that post, huh? Happens all the time, even in person. It's a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. Yes, a motivational personal growth program covering a whole lot more in between and breaking every single darn rule in podcasting. But you know, when a top 500 podcasts in the world, come here real close to me, okay? Can I share something with you? Just here's some inside stuff for you, not about podcasting. I learned this a long time ago. Let me give you some insight. A long time ago, it seemed that everybody I was talking to, that's 25 years ago. I wasn't making a lot of money back then. And everybody was talking about, how they're all making six figures. And that was a lot of money back then. It still is, by the way. Most people don't make six figures unless it's a household. But I made this realization a long time ago that, wait a second, statistically, most people make $33,000 a year. Most families make about maybe $60,000 a year, right? And yet everybody I talk to is making $100,000 a year. So either I'm hanging out with all the real super duper successful people at the time, which was not true, or they're lying. Guess which one it was? Yeah, they were fibbing a little bit. So I've kind of applied it to my life these days. Most everybody is following a Pied Piper someplace. They're going to go right off the cliff with all the other lemmings. Is it lemmings? They're going to do that. Social media is like that. Anybody you talk to on the streets like that. Very few people are going to tell you exactly what is going on. So here's the thing. If you are paying attention to what everybody's saying, you're being misled. You are. That's all there is to it. You're being misled because very few people are going to give you the exact truth about what's going on. Trust me, everybody's life is hard. And yet some of us get up and smile every single day and make the best of it. Yay, let's go. Why are you so happy? Because I just decided to be that way. By the way, if you want to meet me, and some people do, I meet a lot of people. The last time I caught COVID, I was at a convention. I'm going back to that convention in the week of the 21st of August. I'll be in Denver at the Gaylord Rockies. Part of the podcast movement convention. It's my industry, so I go out there to hang out a little bit with the folks. If you're in the area, let me know. I'll come out and see me. You can buy me a cup of $13 coffee. And if you're in the Orlando area, I'm about 75 minutes from Orlando these days, but I don't get there much. But I am going to the Funnel Hacking Convention at the end of September. I'm part of that group. It's the other part of what I do. I have an online business, so I tend to mastermind with the people that are in that business as well. If you're going to be there, and a lot of you will, like 7,000. You want to say, hey, just shoot me a note and we will find a place to hook up and you can buy me an $18 cup of coffee there, maybe a $22 beer. It's totally up to you. Okay. Sorry it takes so long getting in the show today, but it's going to be worth it. We'll go a little bit long. Hang on for the ride. So I want to talk about sharing your plans because I think it's showing you down in a big way. It's really popular and I don't think it's any more popular than it's ever been. I just think it seems that way, but mostly it's very popular for people to share every little aspect of their lives. Now, you've probably heard this before. Make a public announcement of what you're going to be doing. Make that commitment. I've decided to do it this way. Tell everybody, they'll hold you to it. Sort of. Here's what I've learned. First off, you're the boss of you. I'm the boss of me. And lots of times I come up with an idea what I want to do. I go try it. I dip my toes in. I'm like, okay, well, this stinks. I don't like it anymore. I changed my mind. It's okay. Explore the possibilities. If you decide you don't like it, quit as fast as you can so you can try something else. Be a good quitter, right? But most people don't understand when you're a good quitter because what are we told our entire life? Don't be a good quitter. You shouldn't quit. No, don't quit. That's society. That's socialism. That's bosses that want you to keep working and never quit. BS. Be a good quitter. If you try something and it doesn't work, then change your mind and try something else. It's your life. You only got one shot at it, right? Now, yes, if you got kids and you got responsibilities, please use that advice wisely. You know what I'm talking about. If you're on this podcast, I know you're smart. Listen to that. But the truth is, when you get out there and decide to do something and you tell everybody you're going to do it, and then you change your mind for all good reasons or not, somebody is probably going to call you out, right? And it doesn't feel good, so don't do it. We just had the Independence Day weekend happen, and I got back to my desk, and I had a couple of clients who had messaged me. One of them said, I decided to spend my weekend practicing what I do in private, so I will be praised in public. You may have heard that before. Something I've said and done 1,000 times. The second client told me they had completed a new project over the weekend, and they were heading in a new direction. When I mentioned they never said a word to me about it, they said, I know. I'm learning that nobody needs to know what I'm up to. I'll just go do it, and they can catch up. Now, I do that all summer long. I do. It's one of the things that I do constantly. I usually do it in June and July. When y'all are on vacation and you're not paying attention to me, I can tell by my downloads, it goes down about 25% in the summertime. You're not paying attention. So when you're not paying attention, I go do stuff, and I come back later on, and you're like, how'd you do that? And I said, well, you were out playing the waterfall, and I did something different. Really, my heart kind of smiled because I witnessed a couple things working in my client's life. So this is what can be working here, okay? Practice privately. It's serious. Keep your mouth shut. Shut up. Don't do it. Decide what you want to do and go do it. Don't tell anybody. My wife gets scared because she said, what are you up to? You're not talking to me. I said, I'll let you know. Practice privately until you're ready to share with the world. Nobody needs to know you're not so good at what you're doing until you're really good at what you're doing. Shh. Just practice privately. Don't say anything. There's no need to tell anybody what you're doing. Just do it. Let them know when you're done later. Now, you've probably done this before. A lot of folks do that in lots of ways. You read books all the time. You don't tell anybody you're reading a book. Right? You just do it. How many books you read this year? 50, 60, something like that. That's typically me, 50, 60 a year, maybe more. I'm down a little bit this year. So practice in private. Don't tell anybody what you're going to be doing. And it's easier to get things done when everybody else is busy doing something else. Something I talk about a lot. I talked about it early in the summertime. It happens to me in July, happens to me in late December and into January. Long holiday weekends, vacations. Listen, when everybody else is looking the other way, you look the way you want to go. Because what happens is when everybody gets back in your life, they get back on social media, they start calling you, activities start to happen. You suddenly get pulled down a road you don't want to go down, and it's 6 months before you get back on track. Am I telling the truth? I ain't going to lie to you. No reason to lie to you after how many shows? 12,000 podcasts now in our 17th season? If I lie to you, somebody's going to bust me. I talk way too much to say anything but the honest truth. And by the way, one of my rules here on this program, if I don't live it, if I don't know it inside and out, if I haven't studied it, I don't talk about it. I'll stop the program and do it again. So you can count on that one. So here's the trick. And this is the big lesson of the program. If you've somehow managed to stay with this rant today, it's kind of a rant, my raspy COVID voice rant. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Stop your fingers from typing. You sit down, you explore the possibilities of what you want to do, what gets you excited, what makes you go, whoa, if I could, yeah, I can. And don't worry about it. If you got a good mentor you can run it past and get some advice, please do. Trusted mentors, people that aren't going to step on you. They can allow you the space to develop what you want to develop, and then get back to your room and do your homework, okay? Create, make the life you want. Don't worry about anybody else. And you know what they're going to say when you get done? How'd you do that? You didn't used to do that. You were never that kind of person. How'd you become that kind of person? That's weird. It works, I'm telling you. Okay, coming up tomorrow, we'll talk a little bit about shaking up your life so you can thrive a little bit more. In the meantime, I have 6 weeks of growth on my face, and I'm actually looking pretty good. I had no idea I could grow a beard. No idea. Never tried. Even in COVID, I didn't try, but I tried this time. I don't know why. Well, okay, tomorrow I'll tell you why I did this. People are asking why I'm growing a beard, and I'll tell you my 2 reasons here in a second tomorrow, okay? In the meantime, you want to see what I'm doing? I know it's a slimy little trick. Just go to Facebook. Go to dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. That's the only place I'm posting pictures of my Kurt Russell look that I've got going on right now. The Santa Claus Chronicles, the Santa Chronicles, they call it. I'm going for the Kurt look. It's a dream. We'll see. You have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Daily Boost.